What happened is we were enslaved because we went against God's laws. We lost our identity, we lost our nationality, we lost the God that we serve. You understand? And
that's right.
That what? Christ is a white man. So look at this, read.
That's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1.
Bring it out.
And Moses with the elders of Israel.
Moses is talking to a group of people called Israel. That's these 12 tribes on this side right here. They make up a nation called the Israelites. That's who you descend from. Read.
Commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
What were they commanded to do? They were commanded more than 10 commandments. Read that part again.
Keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
Now I'm going to ask you, what is commandments? You know what that word means? Commandments. You know what that means? Yeah, what does it mean? What does commandments mean? Rules or laws, right? Now, does America have laws set up in this country? Right. Is it okay to kill? Is it okay to rob? No, it's not okay to do none of those things, right? So God likewise started that. He instituted the laws of life for us to live by, right?
Right.
So for example, adultery or fornication, that's a big one that goes on. God says don't do that. Let me just show y'all this real quick. Hold that, give me the book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 14. I'm just going to lay just a foundation of what God gave us. And you can tell me if we need to apply these laws to ourselves. Where you from? You Minnesota? What part of town you from? North Minneapolis. Okay, so you know what's going on over North Minneapolis, right? Our people are killing each other. Our people are fighting. Just a couple of weeks ago, we had a sister run over people in a fight, right? That's something that happened, right? So that was murder involved in that hit run, right? So that's a sin. Read this one.
That's the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 14.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
The Bible says thou shalt not commit adultery. Adultery is when a man sleeps with a married woman. You understand? That's adultery. For example, under adultery is what called fornication. God don't want us to commit fornication. You understand? So for example, that's something that we do against God. And do you know that because we commit fornication, we're at the top of the charts when it comes to STDs, when it comes to abortions, when it comes to single parent households? Because we're breaking that law. Before sex, I'm trying to keep it real with you. Before we deal with sex, dealing with a man, before we deal with that, what should be the first thing a man should want to do with you? Get to know you? Give me Hebrews. He said get to know you, right? A man should get to know you before he should want to have sex with you. That's called what God calls that proving a friend. But before that, we got to understand this right here. Read this.
That's the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 4.
Bring it out.
Marriage is honorable in all.
You see how the Bible says marriage is honorable in all. You in your mind have to understand that before I can even think about a man, I got to know that God requires marriage. All this boyfriend, girlfriend, sleeping with that person, sleeping with this person, that's my ex. God ain't with that. He's about marriage. Because marriage is the foundation of a strong nation.
That's right.
Because when you have marriage between a husband and a wife, a man and a woman, guess what you're going to do? You're going to bring forth children. And they're going to be governed under God's laws. Read that again.
That's the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 4.
Bring it out.
Marriage is honorable in all.
God says marriage is honorable in all, right? Read.
And the bed undefiled.
Come on.
But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
Now, see, God said he will judge whoremongers and adulterers. How does God judge us? What is AIDS? Yes, what is AIDS? HIV, gonorrhea, syphilis, chlamydia. Those are all things that spread amongst our people. Why? Due to fornication. And God said that's a judgment that he allowed to happen.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
The woman you deal with, that's supposed to be the only woman you'll ever know.
Right.
The man that you deal with that took your virginity in whatever fashion, that's supposed to be the only man you know, and he's supposed to marry you. That's what God says. But instead, guess what we do? Nah, I'm done with Shorty. I'm done with Shorty, man. I'm good. I'm on to the next. Smash and pass. That's what we do. And because of that, God says judgment for you. Judgment for the black man, child support.
That's right.
That's what God said, right? So I'm going to Deuteronomy 28 and verse 65.
Bring it out.
Let me show you, because guess what? It's prophecy, how we bringing this out. We know that God says, don't commit adultery. Don't fornicate. Why? Because it leads to single-parent households and it leads to diseases.
Right.
If I marry, I'm creating a strong nation. If I'm a man and I'm sleeping with a woman, you know who you are now, right? You got to get yourself right. Hold on. All right, that means you got to apply. Read this.
That's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 61. Also, every sickness and every plague.
Every sickness and every plague. Every sickness and every plague. Read.
Which is not written in the book of this law.
Which is not written in the book of this law. HIV, you cannot find written in the Bible. Herpes, you cannot find written in the Bible. Chlamydia, you cannot find written in the Bible.
That's
Read.
right.
So will the Lord bring upon thee.
God say he will bring these diseases upon us because we're committing adultery, because we're committing fornication, because the black men won't marry a woman and be with that only woman.
Right.
And guess what? Black men, again, child support for you. Why? Because you are not responsible enough to take care of your children. That's what God said. So now you're mad at the black woman because she take your ass down to the court. And she get child support for the 6-7 kids that you're leaving her with. Why? Because you don't want to be responsible. That's what God said will happen to us, my brother.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.